everyone. Welcome to Book Buzz, brought to you by the Peters Township Public Library. I am Miss Shannon.
And I'm Miss Linda, and yes, lucky you, we are back for part 2 of August of what's going on around Peters Township Public Library's Youth Services Department.
Yep.
And we are here to fill you in.
Or take a nap.
Yeah.
Miss Shannon's falling asleep today, man.
You are having a tough time. Yeah, we need to get you some, I don't know, energy drinks or something.
Yeah.
Now that's...
Go do some jumping jacks. That'll wake me up.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
Take a lap.
Take a lap. I'll wave. I'll cheer you on. Go, Shannon. Go, Shannon. All right. So we are moving on. I have been doing the Book Buzz bits, the things that you need to know about some authors, children's authors that had recently passed away, to actually, you know, just share information about them so that we have a little bit of their legacy. This one is Patricia Riley Giff, and she was known for her Newbery Honor-winning novels, and I will show those, Lily's Crossing and Pictures of Hollis Woods, as well as humorous series, including Kids of the Polk Street School. She had passed away at the age of 86.
Same as Lois.
Same as Lois.
I didn't remember hearing about her passing away, so good job doing your research, Miss Linda.
Thank you. Yeah, these were both within the last year. So anyway, Patricia Riley Giff was born in Brooklyn, New York. As a child, she was surrounded by stories, which is fun because we see this as the beginning of a lot of authors' journeys. You know, they started out as readers or whatever. So she was always surrounded by stories, some told by her relatives or read to her by her father, as well as ones that she read on her own. That she said, "I spent most of my childhood with a book in my hands," which is wonderful. And she said, though, that she would always dream about the stories, and then she recalls that she had always wanted to write.
That's cool.
Yep, that's how it all started. So she did that. She went away to college, majored in English, then changed to history before receiving her BA. But then she became a teacher. She began teaching. Can you imagine teaching in the New York City public school system?
Ooh.
That's where she was teaching. And she continued her studies at St. John's University, earning an MA in history. So, for years, she produced multiple titles annually, which I'm going to show you, but it wasn't until the 1990s when she had already written more than 60 books for young readers that she kind of did a little shift in her writing and started writing things a little bit more serious. Like, let's do the first one she was most popular for. It was a Newbery Honor book, Lily's Crossing. That was her first serious one. Chronicles the experiences of a girl on vacation in the Rockaways during the summer of 1944 as her best friend moves away and her father goes to war overseas. And she drew from some personal experiences for this one. Her second one, too bad for her, won another Newbery Honor Medal. She's really something, for Pictures of Hollis Woods. So with all of these, with the ones that she did for younger readers, she produced more than 100 books.
Cool.
I'm sure that was like Eric Carle. It's just unbelievable. Like, you would have 100 books in you.
Yeah, 100 stories to tell.
that's just crazy.
And how many just did she start writing that she gave up on or didn't publish too?
Right.
Addition, like, you know, not every book that you write gets published, or every story that you write.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So-
How many were rejected? Exactly.
Yeah.
She became an advisor and instructor to aspiring writers, and in 1990, she and her husband and children opened a children's bookstore in Fairfield, Connecticut called, this is so cute, The Dinosaur's Paw. A name taken from the title of one of Giff's kids of the Polk Street school books. So,
Cool.
let me show you. This is just to make you laugh. So, I started printing out a list of her books, but actually, so it ends up to be over 100 titles, 129 titles. So, this is just for... So all of these with pictures and descriptions, all of her books. That's just crazy.
Yeah.
God bless
She was
her.
busy.
Again, another Patricia Riley Giff. You know, thank you for your contribution to literacy and the legacy that she leaves behind as well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
129. I got to start working on one. That's it. Just one. I don't need 129. So,
Great. Yeah.
okay.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. Love these authors. I think
Yep.
that they're inspiring, and I'm hoping too that this will also inspire you. There's a couple more, Water Street and All the Way Home. Come on in and grab one.
Yeah.
Grab one of the books of the authors that we've been talking about. They've written some great things that they've left behind for us. So,
Wonderful.
yeah.
Very cool. All right, so we are back to, we used to, you know, before the pandemic, once a month we would have a night with WQED in person where we would do different activities and crafts, usually read a story and then watch a PBS Kids show. So we've started to do that via Zoom. Well, now we're going to actually do one in person outside. PBS is actually releasing a special movie on Wildcrats. This is not the actual one, but this is just a Wildcrats. We have tons of Wildcrats DVDs and books here at the library because we used to show Wildcrats every Wednesday over lunchtime.
Loved
so this
our
is going to
Wildcrats.
be it's like a, they're calling it a movie. It's like a little bit over an hour long episode, or maybe even like 45-minute long episodes. So it's longer than their normal like 20-minute episodes. So we're gonna come to the library outside. We're gonna have the screen out. We'll read a story, do some activities, and then you can bring your own chair and watch the show outside, like a drive-in kind of. So that's going to be on Thursday, August 19th, outside of the library. There's not a rain date, so just kind of stay tuned, but registration is required. That's going to be at 7 o'clock because it has to be kind of darker for you to be able to see the screen outside.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Fun. I love it. We've come up with really great summer things.
Yeah.
We keep saying that in every age group.
Yes.
You know, that we've done things.
Right.
All right. I'm back to talking about, and I'm going to talk about this new book too. A book club. I'm bringing this up again. Last time I brought it up because if you want to read it, you need to come and grab it. Escape this book, Titanic by Bill Doyle's for the Tween Book Club this month. We'll be getting together Zoom. You have to register for your Zoom link on August 26th at 4:30. It's a Thursday at 4:30. Come and register and grab one. And then I thought there was this new series that came out by Kate Mesner, who writes so many books in different age levels for young or youth services. And this one is brand new. We don't have it cataloged yet because they just came in. A new group of books called History Smashers. History Smashers, Women's Right to Vote. History Smashers, The Mayflower. History Smashers, Pearl Harbor. And History Smashers, The Titanic. Which you come in, read this for the Tween Book Club, and then you're going to want to grab, like there's... the Magic Tree House has a fact tracker on the Titanic. We have a ton of books. So it'll be fun. Get to know a little bit more about the Titanic.
Very
Great
cool.
book club pick.
Very cool.
Yep.
So hate to say it,
No.
but we are looking at back to school.
Initiative?
School starts
Yeah.
on the 24th. I believe. And we are going to celebrate by having a teen only, so this is just for kids in grades 7 through 12, back to school root beer float social. So come to the library the first Friday after school on August 27th from 3 to 4 outside. The first 50 kids that come they'll get a plastic souvenir cup to keep, but we will keep making root beer floats while supplies last. Registration is not required because we're going to be outside, so you have plenty of space to spread out. And again, like I said, we're going to have 50 cups to go, but we'll also have, after we run out of those, we'll have just regular disposable cups. And until we run out of ice cream and root beer, we're going to keep it going. So root beer float social. We did this in 2019 was the last one we were able to have, and it was one of our most biggest events that we offered for teens. So just come, have a root beer float, come into the library to check out some books, and just get, just to kind of unwind after that first couple days of school.
And it's for teens only. So it's not their siblings and parents and everybody.
No,
it's
just teens.
Special for the teen.
Yes.
I think is wonderful. That's it.
7 through 12, grades 7 through 12.
Students
so 13
only.
through 18, basically. So
yes, they get something special themselves.
Yes. Right.
Awesome. I like it.
It'll be fun.
Cool. All right. Oh, look at what's up again. Chess with Mr. Pete. Mr. Pete, at this point,
Pete.
Yes, Mr. Pete, August 17th will be his last chess for the summer at 6:30. You've got to register for the Zoom link. And then, like I said last time, next time when we talk about September, we're going to be face-to-face.
Very cool.
I really look forward to that. So we'll talk about the Septembers next time.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about September right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, you have something.
So just to put some bugs in your ears, because I know
you've
teens,
gotta.
You want to start thinking about it. And also, the one thing is going to be for everybody. But so we are going to start to bring, for a long time, people have been asking, when I want to volunteer at the library. When can I volunteer at the library? So the answer for across the board is we will start to accept volunteers starting in September. So this also includes our adult volunteers as well. But for any youth that wants to volunteer, first of all, you have to be in 7th grade and up, 7th through 12th grade, and you are required to then participate in a volunteer board. So anyone that wants to volunteer at the library, we're going to have meetings twice a month, either the first Thursday or the first Saturday. You can come to one or both. Anytime you attend a meeting, it also counts for volunteer hours as well. So if you have to get a certain amount of hours for NHS or CCD or something like that, that will help towards it. And then we will kind of plan, we do have kids that like to volunteer, say every Monday after school. If you want to do that, you still have to participate in this volunteer board. So we kind of have a group of kids that we can plan different things they can work on when they're here in the library. They can really be trained on different areas of the library, and they're not just coming and getting their hours and not actually participating in different things. So we really want the teens that volunteer for the library to really have ownership and to belong to a kind of like an organization or a club, in order to participate. So so if you did volunteer years ago, it maybe was a little bit different, but that's how we're going to be doing it going forward. And it is 7th through 12th grade, that does not include, again, younger siblings with the older sibling. You have to be, if you're here volunteering, you have to be in 7th through 12th grade if you're a teen volunteer.
Excellent. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
great
fun.
program. Great
Yep, and a great way to earn volunteer hours, and it looks great on your college applications or, whatever, to say that you're in this group that, volunteers at the library. I think it's all really
being a volunteer and being on the board that helps make decisions and, I love it. What a great environment.
Yeah.
This is such a great place. I mean, it's a great place for us to work, but to volunteer and to hang out, it's wonderful.
It's really cool. Yep. And also, speaking of needing volunteers, we will need
excited.
volunteers for,
Yeah.
we are bringing back the animal fair. So this was one of our most popular events that we ran for like 6 or 7-ish years, maybe more. And we're going to be bringing it back. Our last one was in 2019 in September, so we're bringing for September 2021. On the September 18th, we're going to be bringing back the animal fair. It's going to be completely outside. So we'll have different animal organizations set up through, like back in our space we've been using for outdoor story time. We'll have some on the side of the building. We'll have some even out right in front of the parking lot. Just spread out so you can come meet some animals, meet some organizations that they're with. And Miss Diane's making faces at us.
Hi, Miss Diane.
And so I'm really excited for that to be able to come back again.
Oh, yeah. Another sign of life coming back to us.
Yes.
I know
So
that everybody's missed things.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a fun event for sure.
Yeah. Well, very good then.
Yeah, so we have a busy fall coming up.
Oh boy. Little do you know. Wait till we do September's book buzz.
Yeah.
And start hitting you with everything that's coming up. It's great.
Yeah. We're doing a lot.
It's fun.
September, October, November. Yep, the whole year we're going to do some fun stuff.
Yep.
So, do you have any books to share?
I do.
Since we are on Book Buzz.
Oh. Did someone say book buzz? I do. So what I would share are some nonfictions to help you get ready for school. So you've got a little bit of time, and you can either use these to refresh your memory on the subjects that I'm going to show you, or to let you know that if you're having problems in these subjects, we've got resources for you. So I picked some favorite topics that are usually the ones that people are a little challenged. How about math matters? How about multiplying? And besides multiplying, this one's fractions. There's all these titles: numbers, adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, decimals, fractions, shapes, size, tables and charts, grids and graphs, chance and average, and mental arithmetic. We've got you covered. We have. So either brush up and get ready for school, or know that when you get to math and you're thinking, oh crap.
That's what I always thought of when I was in algebra.
When you were in algebra, did you think, oh crap?
I still have nightmares about algebra, man. Like that messed me
Really?
up. Like I have
That's so funny.
post-traumatic stress with algebra.
I loved algebra.
Hated it.
Loved it.
Geometry I could do. I liked that. So it's physical, and I could imagine. Like you have a triangle, and this is what it looks like. But algebra, I'm like, first of all, there's no letters in math, so why are we trying to figure out what A is?
All right, I've got books on algebra too.
Yeah.
So when you're thinking,
not
oh
gonna help
crap,
me.
in algebra, like Miss Shannon, we've got books on that. Did you have some?
Yes, I do. So I don't have anything about math.
No, that's okay.
So I have books about fantasy teen
Oh, yeah,
series.
this one's
so
good.
Shadow and Bone. This has been like a phenomenon because of the Netflix series. I'm looking at Kelsey. It looks like she most likely is familiar with it. And so because it's been so popular, we literally cannot keep these books from this series on our shelf right now, and it's been that way for several months. We're going to roll with that, and we're going to have a Shadow and Bone book club.
I love it.
So starting in September, the end of September, the last Thursday of the month, we are going to meet, and just like Linda does with her tweens, the first 5 that register will get your own free copy of Shadow and Bone. We're going to talk about Shadow and Bone in September. We're going to talk about Siege and Storm in October. We're going to talk about Ruin and Rising in November, and then we're going to talk about Six of Crows in December. So we're going to go through the entire rest of the year talking about, so each month a new book, and you'll have a chance to get your own free copy of the book. So whether you want to read it because you keep hearing good things about it from your friends, or you've already read it and you want to reread it, you're watching the show. Now the show is interesting because it actually takes both series. She takes the Shadow and Bone series and the Six of Crows series and intertwines them. So like the characters from one and the other are somehow intermixed. I have not watched it yet. I've heard a lot of really great things about from patrons of all ages too. Like, like we had a grandma in here the other day that was talking it up with Miss Sydney about the show, and she flew through the books because she liked the TV series. So I love when something from pop culture makes a book series popular.
I agree.
So very exciting. So Shadow and Bone, we're going to talk about the book. Maybe we'll watch some clips from the TV series and kind of compare and contrast. You do not have to have seen the show before to participate. Really exciting. And this is going to be in person. So I'm excited for that too. Registration is required because we still have limited space. And again, the first 5 that sign up will get their free copy of the book. So stay tuned for that. Best thing you can do, families, is register for our newsletter that goes out every week, and we'll tell you what's going on. Everything we've been talking about shows up on the newsletter, and there's a nice little box right beside there that says register here. Click on that.
Can't get more convenient than that.
You are signed up. And then you'll get an email saying, hey, you signed up. Aren't you going to do it? You know, so you don't like, oh, I remember. Yeah. So Shadow and Bone starting in September. Super excited to do a teen book club again and see how it goes.
Cool. More math. Here's your geometry.
See, geometry I liked. It's algebra.
Well,
I cannot.
in case, this is called painless geometry.
See, I would need painless algebra.
If you think geometry is difficult and dull, open this book and think again. Really, this isn't going to hurt at all. The thought of having to learn geometry once turned brave students into cowards, but no more. This book will show you how to solve fascinating puzzles involving distinct shapes such as circles, quadrilaterals, and triangles, and to do it painlessly. So, again, brush up, or when you're in it, and again, I will repeat myself, oh crap, come and grab a book, and oh crap, no more.
I never know what you're going to say.
Okay. I know. Okay, I'll stop with that one.
So, one of our favorites, John Green. He hasn't been doing anything for a few years. His last book was Turtles All the Way Down, which was out a couple years ago.
Yeah. I
love everything that John Green has done. This is his first published nonfiction book, though. We have it on display in the teen room because I know that that's where the kids tend to hang out. Eventually, it will be upstairs interfiled with our nonfiction. But it is essays on a human-centered planet. John Green, the I can't even say the title of this, actually.
John Green, the Anthropocene.
Okay, reviewed.
Yeah.
So whatever that means, maybe you'll know after you read the book. But I'm excited to read it because I love John Green. I think he's very funny. I love his personality, so I'm interested to see how that plays out in something nonfiction. He was involved in the nonfiction autobiography, I Won't Go Out. He wrote like the foreword for that, but mostly he tends to write and publish fictional books for teens. So this is new for nonfiction, and we have a signed copy, which is exciting.
Nice. That's very cool.
New John Green non-fic.
Cool. Okay, no more math. Now we're on to experiments for future scientists, physical science experiments, because I know that in advance of your science fairs, you're already going to want to be thinking about it. So when you start to school on that first day, on the 24th, you say?
I'm looking at Kelsey because she works at the school. I think it's the 24th.
You will walk into that door already knowing what your science fair project's going to be.
Do they do science fairs still?
I don't know. But if they do.
I never participated in a science fair in my life. They had them, but I never did
We've got you
mine.
covered.
Okay. Well, if not, it's still fun to do experiments at home.
Have fun reading it because it'll be really good for you.
Yeah.
And you learn a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know? You too can become a scientist, and these are nice.
Very
cool. It's all good. All right, science.
So Lena's got math and science. I just got YA fiction.
Yeah, that's okay. I've got some
Cass
fiction.
is one of my favorite authors. The Selection series is by far one of my favorite series ever. And last year she came out with a new series, The Betrothed, and we just got in the sequel, The Betrayed. Now, personally, I do like The Selection more. I don't know why, but I did.
I like that
I
group too.
but I liked it more. I also started listening to this one, and the lady that read it, like her voice was annoying to me. So no offense to her, but it just wasn't.
Yeah.
It didn't grip me the way. However, once I started reading it on my own and could hear my voice myself, I really enjoyed it. And as the story progressed, there was a huge cliffhanger at the end of this book, and you're like, "Whoa! What just happened in the last 5 minutes of this story?"
Ooh.
You know, it was like a huge, whoo. And then,
Good.
so now she is on the run and in the Betrothed. So she's leaving, she's fleeing a country. She's now I don't want to say too much because you haven't read the first one, but really, really great stories. If you like, you know, this one, she's trying to steal the heart of a king, or the king actually is in love with her, but she's kind of maybe has her eyes on somebody else. But what should she do? Should she become the queen or should she not? And now she's like, well, you know what? I don't know if I really want to be the queen. But she's also kind of on the run, and it's a little bit like, there's some uprising going on in these two neighboring kingdoms. So the sequel to The Betrothed, and I think this is going to be a trilogy. The selection was a trilogy, but then they also had like extra books in addition to it. So I don't know where she's going with this, but I'm only halfway through The Betrothed myself. But I love them.
Yeah.
They're fun.
I like her books. I've enjoyed them too. Okay, well, if you want fiction and not just math and science, let's have some fun stuff. Let's talk about My Weird School.
I like those.
Everybody likes these. Mr. Granite is from another planet. Miss Suki is kooky. But I was even more excited not only to show you these. Look at us. One of our Wonder Books.
I love the Wonder Books.
My
They're so
Weird
cool.
School.
Goes to the museum.
And
what's a Wonder Book, Miss Linda? I never heard of such thing.
oh, the Wonder Book.
What makes it wonderful?
Because you can listen to it and read along with it.
That's awesome.
It is, and they're easy to do. If you turn it on and you can play along, you can fast forward, you can freeze it, you can do whatever you need to do.
Wonderbook. You are in read along mode.
See,
Ooh.
we can read along.
Press the orange play
So it's like an audiobook attached to the actual book?
It is. And these books are so popular. Again, My Weird School Goes to the Museum. These are so popular. And, oh, I did want to mention, we love our Wonder Books so much that we put in a huge order thanks to a very generous donation from a patron of Wonder Books will be coming in. So we're going to have a lot more to choose
Excited
from.
for those to come in. Because we can't keep them on the shelf. And we only let one go out per household.
I
But looking at
know.
the shelf right now, I see 3.
I know.
So like
That's because
and we
I have
have
the
like
fourth.
20 or so, but we're gonna have, we just ordered I think another 30, so
Yeah.
or something close
It's
to that.
exciting. Yeah,
So
these are
it's gonna
so
be
fun.
awesome.
Read along with them. So here's your back to school books.
Yeah, very cool.
So,
Cool.
yeah. that
Lots
was
of good
fun.
reading to do. Lots of fun events. You can learn some fractions in your free time.
Your geometry, yeah. And
Yeah.
science in case there might be something to do with it. Oh, it's all good. So
Yeah.
happy back to school.
Happy back to school.
And
wow.
we will see you. We'll see you next month for even more goodies
Yep.
and info.
Yep. See you next time.